friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. For today's video, I am finally going to be allocating all of the savings challenge money for the savings challenges I finished in the month of October. We are wrapping up October now, so all of this money I'm going to be able to dig into and put into my sinking funds so we can see how much I managed to save in the month of October. And then once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and dig right into those envelopes and pull out what I need to close out my transactions for the month. So if you're not familiar with how I do sinking funds, or let's back up even what sinking funds are. For me, sinking funds are various categories of savings slash spending. This is money that I set aside throughout the year for things that I know are coming up, but that aren't necessarily on a weekly basis or even a monthly basis, but they're usually within a calendar year. So short-term savings, essentially. I have split all of those categories up here, and I add money to them in a few different ways. Every week, I add money from my budget to my higher priority funds. And then I also every week play savings challenge games to help me fund my lower priority funds. So that's the money I have here. This is from all of the games I've played throughout the month for some of my lower term or lower priority funds. Plus I need to update this tracker with the money that I've added each week to my higher priority funds. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go in and allocate this money. Some of this is for a specific fund, like if I played a specific game to fund a specific fund, that money will go directly there, okay? And then other of this money I just saved randomly and it can go into any fund I want. So this is where we're gonna start, and then we'll worry about what we need to take out of those funds to true up my accounts. All of these transactions that happen throughout the month, and I do have a few more to add here, we'll do that a little bit later, were put on a credit card, and I will use the money from these funds to pay that credit card. So basically we're just truing everything up. We're putting some money in, we're taking some money out, and getting a balance so that I know where I am starting for November. It's a little convoluted, it's just a fun way to do it. You could very simply just have one savings account and not do all of these categories, but this is just what works for me. Personal finance is personal. Do what works best for you. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but it's still fun to share. So let's do it. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do here, and I'm gonna try to keep the crinkling sound to a minimum. So I'm gonna dump all of these out. Okay, what I'm gonna do is the ones that are specifically designated for a certain category, I'm gonna go ahead and put right into the binder. The ones that are just kind of set aside for whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and put that money into my cash tray. And that is how I will kind of organize this chaos. And I do have my binders here, both my high priority binder and my lower priority binder. And we'll just kind of go along. And then at the end, I'll fill in this. Okay, so let's start out here with this one. We know this is for shopping. Shopping is in my lower priority binder. Maybe I will set some of this off to the side and we'll just pull it in as needed. So lower priority binder here. We'll find my shopping category. That's hobbies. So this should be shopping. Yep, right here. And it's a good thing we're adding money here because I don't have any in there right now. And this should be $90. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. So I'm just gonna put that on the tracker. Today is 10/29. We're gonna add 90. That should bring us up to a total of 90. And there may be other challenges in here that go to shopping. I'll just have each one be a different line item on my tracker here. My trackers are from Savannah over at Sav Saves, and I will link her channel down below if you're interested. All right, this next challenge is from Snow Gardener 307. I finished this one last week, and this money is going to my celebrations fund, which is in my, is it in my high priority or is it's lower? It's in my low priority here. And we are adding 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So $155, which is amazing. And you guys, I can't do that mental math in my head, so I'm gonna pull in what I have here and just add it to it and count it all up and see what we have total. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So $235. That's great news. I am celebrating my birthday in the month of November, so we will probably be using some of this money for that. I just looked up at my viewfinder and looked at how crazy this looks. A more organized person, oh, I just found another 5, you guys, so I messed it up. A more organized person would do this better, but we're just gonna go with it. So this should actually be $240. How many of you were screaming at me saying that math didn't add up? That's okay, we'll fix it. If you didn't know, if you take a dry erase marker and you put it over top of a not a dry erase marker, and then you wipe it off, the Sharpie underneath will come off with the dry erase marker. Watch it not work now since I said that. Yep, look at that, it comes right off. Well, mostly. It's not perfect, but it'll work. So we said 240, right? I like to use Sharpie on these trackers because then it doesn't smear as much as a dry erase or a wet erase marker, but when I make a mistake, it's harder to fix. So let's just count that one more time, make sure that's right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There you go. That's better. Okay. So that's that. All right. This next one is for clothing. Okay, which is good because there's nothing in clothing right now, and we definitely spent some money in clothing this week. So clothing, this money came from my 654 challenge, which I had so much fun playing in October. 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, $46 going into clothing. That makes it a total of $46. Okay, what else do we have here? We have medical and insurance, which I think are both in my high priority, so we'll hold those. This money from the mini savings challenge is going to end up being allocated at the end. So all of these mini savings challenges I'm just going to set off to the side, and we'll do those next. Along with these challenges from the Make Your Pick Savings Challenge, these were not allocated to any specific fund, so I can allocate these wherever I want. We'll do that at the end as well. And then lastly, we have this one here, and this is also for shopping. We have we have 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, $50 going into shopping as well. Should be a total of 140, right? Oh, sorry you guys, I did not realize that that was off camera. Hopefully I haven't been doing that for all of these. It's hard sometimes to film everything, keep everything straight, and not confuse myself. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Had that 10 in the wrong place there, but I'll add it up to the same, $140 in shopping. Okay, so that's it for my low priority funds. Let's go ahead and move on to the high priority funds. So we have this challenge here is for subscriptions. And what did we save? This was the Totally My Jam challenge from Liz and Les, which I absolutely loved, and it saved me $89. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. Is that going to be 149, you guys? Let's do the thing where we count it before we write it down. I'm so bad at mental math. I wish I were kidding, but I'm not. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. It was right. 149. In subscriptions. Okay, this one is for Austin. Was the Pirates Savings Challenge. I had so much fun with this one as well. And this one saved $123. So that's what we're going to get to add today. 100, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. So that means we're going to have 223 in here, which is awesome. I definitely made use of Austin's fund, so some of this money will be coming out, but it feels really good to have it to take out. 100, 50, 70, 190, 200, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. Perfect. All right, then we have medical. And we had $105 to add here. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 105. So that means we're going to have 265 in medical. If all of my math is accurate. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. All right, and then last but not least here, I have insurance. And we played double dice to get this money. And I did not write down how much it saved in total, so let's find out. 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15. $115. So that means we'll have $215 here, if all my math is right. And I counted everything accurately. Let's see. $50, $70, $90, $110, $130, $150, $60, $70, $80, $85, $90, $95, $200, $510, $15. All right. So that was all of the money that was predetermined where it was going to go. And now I have all of these mini challenges left to allocate. So let me pull in my cash tray for that. Okay, so I pulled in my cash tray here. I have all of the money from the mini challenges. So I'm just going to start pulling these apart, getting this money put in here, and then we'll count it all up and see where it's going to go. All of these various mini challenges were finished throughout the month. You can go back and check out my budget closeout videos to see how I allocate money to these mini challenges. It's a lot of fun. A lot of these challenges were freebies that I got from various creators here on YouTube, so highly encourage you to, if you're not watching my closeout videos and watching that portion of it where I do the mini challenges, it's so much fun. It's a great way to have some quick wins with my budget and support some other creators. So, and all of these mini challenges were funded with money that I had left over at the end of each week that I did not spend in my variable categories. So all of this is money that would not have gone to savings otherwise. So I'm glad that I did that instead of just spending this money willy-nilly. These challenges here, the football ones, were not funded with extra money. These were pulled out of the money I specifically set aside for savings challenges, but I decided just to include those in here as well because it's fun. And each of these challenges saved a different amount, but most of them were on the lower end. What do you guys think of this process? Do you think that I am way overcomplicating things? Is it boring to watch? Is it fun to watch? Give me some feedback down below, please. All right, that is everything all separated. Now let's see how much we saved in these mini challenges in October. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Awesome. So we got lots of money that we can put absolutely anywhere that we want. So I'm gonna start with my low priority funds. That probably seems backwards. Usually you start with the higher priority funds, but these are the ones that don't get as much love throughout the month. So I just wanna make sure that they all have something. You know, Christmas doesn't have a lot. We do have a savings challenge game going for Christmas, but it's taking a little bit longer. And obviously I wanna fund this sum. So let's go ahead and add $80 to this today. And let's do it this way like we did everything else. And let me get this out of the shot so it's not quite so chaotic. I'm so glad to have all of my jumbo paper clips back. All right, so Christmas is gonna get $80. And that will bring it up to 100. 20, 40, 60, $80. Added to the 20 that was already in there. That is 100. Okay, clothing has 46. Let's add 104 to this one. For a total of 150. So I wish we had some bigger denominations, but we're just gonna make this work, and I'll go in and probably do a cash exchange at some point. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. $20, $40, $60, $80, $100, $20, $30, $35, $40, $45, $46, $47, $48, $49, $50. Definitely did some spending in clothing, so I'm excited that that has a little bit extra. For hobbies, we're gonna bring this up to an even 100, so what does that need? 15 more? So if we add a 10 and a 5, whoops. Should add up to 100, right? 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100. Perfect. All right, shopping. Let's just add 10. Shopping got a lot today, but we're gonna be pulling a lot from it as well. So hopefully this will be enough to cover all the shopping I did this month. $20, $40, $60, $80, $90, $100, $10, $15, $20, $25, $30, $35, $40, $45, $50. And that's everything. For my low priority, let's see what we have left. We still have quite a bit left, which is good. So let's see where I can add money here to the higher priority funds. So Austin's at 223. Let's go ahead and add enough to bring him up to 250. What is that, 27 I need to bring it up to 250? Hopefully that's right. So we'll do 10, 25, 26, 27. And I can always go back to some of these funds and add more if I get to the end and I haven't spent all my money. So no worries about that. 150, 20, 40, 50, wait, 150, 70, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Cool. 250 for Austin. All right. Camping has 200. Let's leave it there for now. Car. Let's add 20. Bring it up to 150. So we'll add 2 10s. $20, $40, $60, $80, $100, $10, $20, $30, $40, $45, $50. Perfect. All right. Emergency has 220. So let's go ahead and add, you guessed it, $30 and bring it up to 250. 10, 20, 30. $100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Let's go ahead and add 30 to home. Something tells me I'm gonna run out of money before I touch all of these funds, which is fine because they all get added to every week. This is just extra money I can do whatever I want with. So, home is at 150 now. $1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, let's see. Insurance is at 215, 265. Pet expenses could definitely use a little bit extra. Let's do $50 to pet expenses. Do I have that? Yes. For a total of 150. 10, 20, 30. 35, 40, 45, 50. $20, $40, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, $10, $20, $25, $30, $35, $40, $45, $50. Subscriptions, we're gonna add $1. Just $1, but every dollar adds up, right? It all counts. So this should have 150 now. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And then whatever's left here, I'm gonna throw into vacation. What do we got left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's do, you know what, let's do 10 into vacations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? No. Vacations is sitting at an even 200. Let's go back to one of these other ones that's not even, because even numbers make me happy. 265, 215. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into vacation. Make it an even 220. And I just counted this. I said vacation, I meant insurance. I just counted this, so I'm not gonna count it again. I'm just gonna stick those 5 in there, and then what do we have left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna put 10 in here to make it 275. And that leaves me with $3. So yeah, I guess I'll put the $3 into vacation and make that the odd one out. Oops. So every single dollar has now been allocated. That's so exciting. Now I can go ahead and go close out my tracker. All right, so before I go in and figure out what I need to take out of these funds, I want to figure out how much I put into each fund. Since we were adding throughout the week and just kind of randomly, I didn't really do a good job of keeping track of how much money got added to each fund. But I have my trackers, so I can figure that out. So let's do it. Starting with Austin. He started out with 0, which I didn't write that in for some reason, but he started out with 0. We added $250 to Austin, because that's what that's sitting at now. You guys can't see it though. There we go. Okay. Camping. Started out with 143 and now has 200. Which means we added $57, which I could easily have done that math, 20, 40, 57. For car started with 10 and now has 150, so that means that we've added 140 to car. We'll come back to celebrations because that's in the other binder. For emergency, we started with 0. Emergencies down here. We started with 0 and we added $250 to our emergency fund, which feels great. Okay. Home. We started with 10 and it now has 150, so that means we added 140. Insurance. Started out with 20 and we have 220 now. So that means we added 200. For medical, we started with 0 and we added 275. For pet expenses, we started with 0 and we added 150. like these nice round numbers that are easy to add. For subscriptions, we started with 20 and we have 150 now, so that means we added $130, right? And then for vacations, we started with 0 and now we have 203. So we added 203 there. So that's it for high priority, and look at how fat this guy is. It won't even close, but we are likely going to be pulling some of this money out of here. So we'll get it to close at the end, one way or another. Now we'll go back to these lower priority funds here. So for celebrations, we started with 85 and we now have 240. So we know we added 155 because it's written right there. For Christmas, we started with 20 and added 80 to bring it up to 100. For clothing, we started with 0 and we added 150. For hobbies, we started with 85 and we added 15. So not a lot going into hobbies. So I'll have to make sure that I prioritize that one for next month. And then should be lastly shopping. We started with 0 and we added 150 total this month. So let's do some math and figure out how much in total we added to our sinking funds, and then we're gonna go the opposite way and figure out what we gotta take out. All right, so we have 250 plus 57 plus 140 plus 155 plus 80 plus 150 plus 250 plus 15 plus 140 plus 200 plus 275 plus 150 plus 150 plus 130 plus 203. That means we added a total of $2,345 into our sinking funds, both high priority and low priority, from our just sinking fund cash stuffing each week and our savings challenge games. That's amazing. That feels so, so good. I wish we could keep all of that money. Unfortunately, we did do some spending this month, so let's face the music. Hi friends, popping in here to let you know that I'm actually going to end this video here. When I initially filmed this, I filmed both the allocation process that you just saw, as well as the taking money out of the sinking funds to pay my credit card all together, and intended for that to be one long video. However, in editing it, it actually ended up being over an hour to put all of that footage together. And that is just too long of a video, I think, for the average person. So instead, what I'm gonna do is end this video here. I'm gonna cut everything in half, and you will see part 2, where I go through and figure out what I need to take out of my sinking funds tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that video. Hope that you enjoyed this. Sorry about the abrupt ending, but I just decided it didn't make sense to post a video that was over an hour long. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned for the second half. You will see that tomorrow. And until then, take good care, guys. Bye.